The hostel here is pretty awesome. And the bunks are just crazy. There's 3 stories. Like, my head only goes to like here. Like, these are some crazy tall bunk beds. They have this is the co-ed room. And that's the men's room in there. This is the woman's. Okay, they all have these massively tall bunks. And the bathroom is really nice too. Very modern and clean. This is a pretty awesome hostel. Well, I initially wanted to stay at the Zigzag Hideaway hostel that's listed on Guthooks, but I'd talked to them the day before and they wanted me to make a reservation the day of. When I was trying to do that, the guy wouldn't answer his phone, which I called him multiple times from the morning to the afternoon. Eventually I texted him and he said that, like, he messaged me back with a full, but I had a package sent there. I texted him back asking if I could still pick up my package even though I'm not a guest there, and either tonight, that night, or this morning, and he didn't get back to me until the morning, and I'm like, wait, how am I gonna get there? It worked out pretty good in the end after so much waiting that he was able to drop it off to the Chevron, which was a half a mile from the hostel I'm at. So I went down there and back, and then when we finally packed up and headed back down there, waited for the bus to take us back to Timberline Lodge. Like, right when the bus was showing up, I realized I left my hat. And also, we missed the breakfast at the Timberline Lodge. The hostel we stayed at had a breakfast for $9, which was amazing. It was really good, except for the fact that there was a miscommunication. BC said, is 8 o'clock good for breakfast? And we're like, yeah, that's good. And then a group came in really late and said they wanted an early breakfast, but he didn't tell any of us, so all of our food was cold. It was a good variety of food, and they even had steak, but we had to like pop it in the microwave. Our plan was to get at this point, to get lunch, a buffet lunch at Timberline Lodge, and me going back for my hat means missing it unless we can get a hitch, but we're told that it's hard to get a hitch from here. So now that I've got my hat, I'm walking back to the Chevron where Doc is, a nipple shot on my head and trying to get to the buffet. I'm just so bummed out. It was really stressful. Do I leave my hat or do I miss the buffet? I just want to get back on the trail since this is such a late, like a ridiculously late start. Also, I'm in the middle of a race. There's a race happening along here and I keep walking by. This is my 5th time walking this path. I'm so bummed out. I'm so tired of this.
So we just have a couple of rules here with the X. No remodeling the hotel, no settling any disputes at all. Don't hand it off to any of the twin little girls running around the hotel. And then you can take it anywhere on this first floor.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, it is a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
Take a phone out of your hand. Well, she's coming after me.
I'm coming after you with my phone. Yeah, this is so cool. It says here's Johnny on it, and then it's this focused, hand forged by Red Rum Axe Co.
Get in front of mine. Give me a picture in front of you, man. Like I took all your guys' picture.
Today ended up working out pretty well. Got my hat back, walked back to Duck. We got an awesome hitch in the back of a truck with amazing scenic views back to Timberline Lodge. Made it back in time that we were able to get the awesome lunch buffet. It was pricey but delicious. And we hung out. I got to see the axe from The Shining, and we are back on trail. My pack feels so heavy right now, but it is what it is. When you're hiking, something happens. You fart a lot. You eat a lot of garbage food just because you need to eat a ton of food to get calories. And that tends to cause you to fart. So a lot of hikers go through phases of a lot of flatulence, including me.
While you're hiking either. It is very, slow digestion.
It is. Your body does have a harder time to digest while hiking, and then higher elevations also does it to you.
Altitudes.
Yeah, altitudes. There you go. But we, the three of us, just had a bout of bad gas because Lieutenant Nippleshot had boiled some eggs before we left and shared them with us, and he'd boiled them and had them in his pack in the heat for 5 days before we ate them. And I ate two, Nippleshot ate two, and Duck had one, and it didn't end up going so well. There's people coming. Right, so that 5-egg rotten experience. I had a lot of gas and I felt kind of sick, and then one of my farts ended up being a little something more. It was pretty. It wasn't a very proud moment. And Doug, well, he did some noxious gas releasing in his tent, and it wasn't very pretty. Hot box in it. And Nippleshot,
hi.
You weren't doing so good either.
Oh, I remember clearing the campsite a few times.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
That jumping was molten.
It was molten. Oh god. Yeah. So there is a saying that goes around: you aren't a thru hiker unless or until I think you shit yourself. So this wasn't the first time on the trail. I luckily escaped that on the AT, but most people pick something up or something happens that causes a little something extra to come out. So this is probably a pretty gross clip of my video, but it's some real talk. We talk about a lot of this kind of stuff on the trail. This is a very loud river. We can hear it from way up here. Really looks like a mud waterfall down there.
What's the kid's name that falls in the chocolate?
So sandy. Duck is still hurt, but he found a roller that helped him a lot last night at the hostel. So he ordered one for himself, so he can help roll out his back on the trail. But I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna be okay.
Is it close? Did I get it?
Just be patient. They're scoping it out because I don't think they're used to the head thing. Yeah, they're getting pretty close.
I'm scared. This reminds me of the kids at zoo parties.
Oh, come on.
I don't want it. I'm scared now.
Goodbye, Duck. So this morning we woke up and Duck's back is still in a lot of pain. He's not doing good, and after sitting around and talking for a while, he made the decision to go home. It was really sad because I wanted to hike this with him, and I feel really bad that he's in so much pain, but it's probably for the best. He should go home and recover because his back, it just isn't really getting better. So he's trying to hitch into government camp where he can get a bus to Portland, where he'll probably be able to get some sort of like Greyhound or train to get back home to Seattle. It's really sad having to say goodbye. I hope that he'll recover in maybe a week or so and then join me again. I'm not sure what his plans are. I'm still with Lieutenant Nippleshot. He's behind me. Yeah, there really aren't that many other southbound hikers around right now. I guess that's Mount Hood over there. We were just there yesterday. We hiked probably 12 miles and it looks so far away now. I think that I'd still be closer to such a mountain like that. So we decided to take a side trail to check out Little Crater Lake. It is ice cold. It's supposed to be 34 degrees and was it 45 feet deep? It's just crystal clear and deep and turquoise.
Actually, it's the world's largest.
Oh, that's pretty neat. This section of trail is just so wide and flat. The last couple miles have been like this. Just so different than everything we've been hiking on. So easy. There's just kayakers in the river. There's little boardwalks that we're walking along. This is so interesting, and it's such a beautiful day. I wonder where they came from. This water doesn't look that deep. Here at Timothy Lake, this lake is absolutely massive. We've been walking along it for at least a mile, and I think that the trail wraps around the edges of it, but it's so huge that there's waves and you can hear them sloshing against the shore. It's kind of exciting. There's actual motorized boats out there. Mile 600! Sobo! Woo! You just did 600 miles. I did 600 plus 700 and something or other. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Woo! Another mile 600. This one is negative, so all the no-bowers know that they have 600 miles left. Well, it is 600 for this guy.
600, so how many do I have left? That's
You have 2,050. Yeah.
no problem.
No
I
problem?
got it under control.
Yeah? So this is my personal record of how long I've kept my armpit hair. On other trails that I've hiked, I've always ended up shaving it at some point, like before it's gotten this long. But I don't know, I think this is pretty impressive for me. We were hiking along the trail today and ran into some trail magic. Still game and Nibbles are putting this on, and this is awesome. This is like the best trail magic that we've hit so far.
Oh yay!
Like, there's such a variety, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we just walked in on trail magic number 2 for the day. 0.1 mile later. I have Pirate's Booty and more coconut water, my favorite brand. This is awesome. That's Mount Jefferson out there. We keep getting closer and closer. It's so beautiful. Like, it just looked so far off in the distance the other day when we were at Timberline Lodge. So we just had back-to-back trail magic. It was pretty awesome. We got to a road and they probably had the best trail magic. Like, the food that they had was just spectacular. They had all this food that I was just craving and it was so good. And then 0.1 mile, you know, just like a little jog back into the woods, there was an intersection to Olali Lake and Resort, which we keep like wanting to sing the lollipop song. Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, lollipop, lollipop. We've just been like joking about that with our intention to take a break there. And we walk in and it's another 0.1 off the trail, but there's more trail magic. And they were really chill. The lake was beautiful. It was a really nice break. So Also, we've been experiencing almost no trail magic, and suddenly one yesterday and 2 today. That's like a record. That's a record for the PCT. That's more like AT level stuff. There's so much more trail magic on the AT. But after we got back on trail, like less than a mile in, I ran into Crazy Burrito. I've been so looking forward to running into her again. Now, I hiked with her for a while when I was heading northbound, and like it's just been fun hitting all my friends that I was hiking with. Like we've both been so looking forward to running into each other, and it was such a nice reunion, but we had to part ways because we both had miles to do in opposite directions. Oh, and I forgot to mention that yesterday I ran into Ketchup. I wasn't really hiking with him much, but like he was still like someone that I knew and that hiked around me. Like I think we got breakfast together one day. We hitched into town and got breakfast. So that was, I don't know. The trail's been pretty good. The last 2 days the weather has been perfect, and like I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chad, and I've just met
Saucy Minx.
Saucy Minx
Yeah.
right here on the trail, Pacific Crest Trail, almost to the Mount Jefferson Wilderness now.
Huh.
And I was showing them what OSHA root is. This plant is what OSHA has a root that you kind of dig up with a knife or whatever, and you chew it. It's good for lung things, good for basic immune support, things like that.
You said coughs too?
Yeah, coughs. Yep, that kind of lung cough issues.
No. He just dug up a root for us, and we tried it. We're chewing on it right now.
Delicious.
Yeah. It kind of smells like celery. Here's like a little piece of it
Yeah,
that I just chewed off the other end.
Carrot texture.
Yeah, kind of like a carrot texture. It definitely has a distinct flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been pretty awesome. Thank you for showing us this.
Yeah. Thank you.
Want to say hi to
All right. This is Miko.
Nico?
Got a flavor.
No. Oh, happy birthday! Aw.
To you too. May we grow beautifully now and always.
Well, thank you for showing us.
Yeah.
I have no idea what temperature it got down to last night, but right now it's pretty cold. I think it's the coldest it's been since heading southbound. Then also my quilt is pretty damp. Yesterday it was damp from like the side, so I don't know why, but like the side of the tent that I'm sleeping on, like that edge of the tent just got wet, and my quilt. The same thing happened again tonight, and I don't see what's causing that. And now my quilt is just damp, and it made it harder to stay warm last night. So I'm gonna try to dry it out in the sun at some point today. Ugh. We're currently traveling up the side of Mount Jefferson. We are going to be climbing to the top, but there are lots of patches of snow. I'm really surprised to see snow out here so late in the year. It is August 26th. It's almost September. And there's still snow. That blows my mind. This is the highest we're going to get near Mount Jefferson. So that one is Mount Hood right there. I'm not sure what that is. But Mount Jefferson is right here. And it is so impressive. Looks like there's some ridge walks and stuff along the side. But we are going to do 8 miles downhill and go around the mountain. This is such an interesting landscape that we just stumbled upon. These are lava rock, right? I believe these are lava rock. Alright, so those two guys that were showing us about those routes, after like parting ways, they came back to where we camped to give us this mango. Nipple shot didn't really want any of it, so without a knife, I'm just going for it. It's delicious. It's like the perfect, it's like a perfect mango. I'm getting a little bit everywhere. Oh, there's a deer. We've been seeing deer tracks earlier. Hey. I bet she'd eat the goats would like this, so I think that she probably didn't go far enough. This mountain that I'm about to pass is Three-Fingered Jack. I don't know if you can really tell, but the red and gray stripes in the snow are just incredible. And over there's this seafoam green lake. This is just so stunning. Oh, well, hiking down to the road, like we're just about there, you ran into some trail magic. Someone left donuts and cold beverages. Look at this. Yeah. Fruit, water.
So good.
It's like, this is perfect after a really long, hot day. Today, it was like all burn area, and it was just, the sun was beating on us. It was pretty miserable. But this is pretty good. And we're about to head into Sisters. We ran into a climbing, was he a guide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Volunteer, like work with a little club.
Yeah, he was hiking down, and he said he'd give us a ride into town.
Yeah, and he was going to give us more trail magic.
Yeah, more food. He said he has Gatorades for us and has
Perfect.
extra food. Yeah.
The trail does provide.
Yeah.